So this is a short video on explain how we're going to approach solving the exam craft mock in 2019. So we have the question here: draw the plan elevation of the upright triangular prism. Draw part B, draw the plan elevation of the penetrating equilateral triangular prism and complete the drawn as shown. So I'm going to show you a SOLIDWORKS model, just giving you a chance to look at what it looks like. So here's the solid in 3D. You can see it at the back, and then the elevation of it, okay, with hidden detail on, the plan view of it, and with hidden detail on. So I can start drawing on that.
So what I'm going to do to complete the plan is I'm going to draw lines here at 70 degrees perpendicular to the edges of the inclined solid, and then I'm going to take the widths between the points along here and set them in plan. So I'm going to label these 1, 2, 3. So point number 2, the bottom one, the bottom edge here, number 2, is going to be this one in plan because it's hidden detail in the question. So that's the deepest one down. So I'm going to take my compass now here, and I'm going to take this distance from my sectional view, or you can think of it like an auxiliary plan. So that'll be number 1 along that point there. Number 1 and number 2 there, and then to get number 3, so I'm going to take the distance between, you can take it between 1 and 3 or 2 and 3, it doesn't matter. So that distance there, but not that distance. I took it between 2 and 3 it was. Okay, I'm going to put my compass here on number 2 in plan, and that's the position in number 3 in plan. So I took the distance there between 2 and 3, and I stepped it there from number 2, and number 2 was along that point in plan as given in the question. It's hidden detail. Now to solve this intersecting solids, to get some of the points I'm going to need, I'm going to use an auxiliary plan by looking down along these lines here. And the reason I'm looking down along those lines there is they're true lengths in elevation because they're parallel to the XY line in plan, and they'll get me the triangular prism appearing as an edge view there, and that will contain some of the lines of intersection. So I'm going to project all my points down at 20 degrees, and I'm going to take my distances from my XY line down to plan. All the points projected, draw an X1 Y1 line. I'm going to label my points, and you can follow the labels. Okay, and then I'm going to start taking the distance from the XY line down to plan and transfer them over here. Right, so before we start, it's important to note the number of different faces on the object. So we have an orange face here, blue face, and appears as an edge in plan. Green face, okay, appears as an edge in plan, and it's just right there at the back in our auxiliary plan. White face here appears as a line in plan. In there, it's 4, 7, 9, 5, and then you can't see it in elevation. Now we're going to deal with the orange face. A and B are on line 6 and 4, so I can just bring A back to line 6, 4 in elevation, mark point A in, and drop it down to plan. The same with B. Now the solid pierces the orange face here at this corner of the triangle, so I call it point C. Okay, so to find C, I drew something called an element. Right, I drew a line from 4 through C until it hit line 5 to 6. So that line, okay, runs along, the purple line runs along the orange face. So to find that in elevation, I brought the bottom of the purple line back to elevation and joined it to 4. And the line 1 to C appears as a point in our auxiliary plan. So over here, with a line coming from number 1 across the purple element, okay, we had point C. D and E were on line 5 to 6, so I could bring them back to line 5 to 6. Now, that's the orange face dealt with. The blue face has only one turning point, okay, or sorry, not turning point, pierce point. So that is at number 2, so I called it 2/F. Right, so I can draw an element through it, or I can realise that the blue face appears as an edge in plan, so I can bring line number 2 until it hits the edge view of it, and bring it up until it hits the projection line from number 2. And then F joins to E and D. That's the blue face done. Then there's 2 more faces to deal with. There's the green face, which is 6, 8, 7, 4, so it appears there at the back. So A and B are on that green face. And then where the triangle crosses line 4 to 7, that's a point on it, G. Okay, so G is on the line 4 to 7, so I can just bring G back until it hits it. Then H is on the line 4 to 7, okay, so right there, so I can bring H back until it hits it. And that's the green face dealt with. And then the white face, okay, the face at the back, the line there coming from 1 exits at the back, okay, so we get point J. So how I can find, there's 2 ways I can find point J. I can draw a line from 4 through the point J until it hits line 5, 9. 5, 9 is on the white face. I can bring it back until it hits the edge 5, 9 in elevation. I join it back to 4, that's an element. And where it pierces the line number 1, I can bring it back, or where line number 1 is pierced by it, that's point J. Or I can realise that the line hits the white face in plan right here because the white face appears as an edge, and I can just bring it straight up for J. I'm going to label my turning points on the orange, or on the face 6, 4, 5. So A, B, okay, C, D, E. So A, B, C, D, okay, and E are on face 6, 4, 5. So I'm solely dealing with this sloping surface at the moment. So I'm going to draw an element from number 4, okay, through point C until it hits the line 5 to 6. I'm going to bring that back until it hits line 5 to 6 in elevation. So that's where it hits it there. And I'm going to join it back to number 4 where it belongs. And then where it crosses number 1 is point C. And then to find that in plan, you can just drop that straight down to number 1. It's point C. Now, D is on the line 5 to 6, so I'm going to bring D back to line 5 to 6. There's D. And then I'm going to drop it down to line 5 to 6 in plan. There's point D. E, the same concept. I'm going to bring E back to line 5 to 6. To bring A back to line 6 to 4 in elevation. There's point A. I'm going to bring B back to the same line. I'm going to find A and B in plan. There's A. There's B. Okay, and then point E. There's point E. Now I'm going to get point F. F is on face 8, 6, 5, 9. So that line 8, 6, 5, 9 appears as an edge in plan. Okay, line number 2 pierces it right there. So I can simply bring this point back up until it hits line number 2. Okay, and that's point F. And there's F in plan. Now, so I've gotten the intersection between 2 faces. So I've done face 6, 4 and 5. And I've done face 8, 6, 5 and 9. Now I have to deal with face 6, 8, 7 and 4. Okay, so A and B is on face 6, 8, 7 and 4. This is a point on face 6, 8, 7, 4. I'm going to call that G. So to find G is on line 4 to 7, so I can simply bring G back to line 4 to 7. So there's point G, and then H then, F slash H, so H is on line 7 to 4 as well. So I can bring back, and this is point H right here. Now, I just have the back face, 4, 5, 7, 9 to deal with. Right, so number 1 is going to pierce at the back face, and that's going to, I'm going to call that, I'm going to call it J. So what I can do is I can extend the line from number 4 through point number 1 until it pierces line, line 5 to 9. And I can bring that point back up to here till it hits line 5 to 9, and I can join that back to number 4, and then where it pierces line number 1, that's point J, and that point is J is here in plan. Yeah, it's right there in plan, tiny bit off there. So that's point J in plan. Right, now I'm ready to do the heavy and hidden detail now.
So this video here is just to show you the heavy and hidden detail. Okay, so I'm just going to roll this bar back. Okay, now here's our auxiliary plan, and when you're looking in from the left here, what's on the underneath here, and this top is heavy, as if I just turn it around, I know it will be sloped there, but you can see now on the 2 red faces, this one and this one, they're heavy. And then in plan, okay, what's on this face here is heavy detail, as when you drop down, you can see it's heavy there. And what's on the other 2 red faces, so it's on this red face here, and this one is on this one here, this red face is hidden detail in plan.
So when we look in, okay, this way for our elevation, okay, I'm going to deal with just the face 6, 4, 5, right. A is going to join to E, and you can see A to E, so that's going to be heavy. A to E is going to be heavy. Now, A does not join to B. This point view of 3 is in the way, so there's actually a heavy line running from 3 all the way through that doesn't intersect the solid. Now B to C, I can see, B does not join to G on this triangular face, okay. So B joins to C, and then C joins to D, but you can't see C to D, so that's going to be hidden detail C to D. Now D joins to F, but you can't see it as these 2 faces are blocking it, so it's hidden detail. So D joins to F, and then F joins to E, but you can see it, so it's going to be heavy detail. Now 2 joins to F, because it appears as a point in this view. 1 joins to C, because it appears as a point in that auxiliary plan. Then there's some hidden detail here, from 9 to 5 join together, and it appears as a point in plan, so this it's a continuous line, some will be heavy, and some will be hidden. And then 5 is joined to 4, so this portion will be hidden, this portion will be heavy. Okay, now let's do, okay, those points in plan. So when you look down in plan, okay, B to C can be seen as heavy, so B to C can be seen as heavy. C joins to D, but you can't see that because this face is underneath that one, so C to D will be hidden detail. D to F and F to E will join together, but they'll all be hidden detail. And then the remaining portion here will be hidden of face 6, 8, 9 and 5, and then that'll be heavy there. Line 3, okay, is going to appear as a heavy edge here in plan. E joins to A, but it's underneath the surface, so that's hidden. So E joins to A as hidden detail. Okay, now 6 joins to A, so that's heavy, that's hidden. A does not join to B, and B joins to 4 here, and then 4 joins back to 5. Okay, and then 5 joins back to D, and it's going to be heavy up until line number 1, and then hidden afterwards. 1 joins to C in elevation, so they join together in plan. And then 2 joins to F as hidden detail of that done. Right, in plan, okay, J joins to here, and that's hidden. And B to A, as we said, does not join together, but surface 6, 8, 7, 4 appears as an edge in plan, so there is hidden detail here, but that's not B and A joined together, technically. Now, so we've one face done, we need to do this face here, right? So A joins to H on face 6, 8, 7, 4, and that's going to be heavy detail, so A joins to H. Okay, B joins to G on line 4, 6, 8, or on face 4, 6, 8, 7, so B joins to G, and that's heavy detail. Now, just want to check something there. as I was saying, B joins to G as heavy detail. Okay, now G joins to J as hidden detail. Okay, J joins to here, okay, as hidden detail after line 427. Now 4 joins to B as heavy. 4 joins to 6 as heavy. 6 joins to 8 as heavy detail. 6 joins to E as heavy detail. D joins to 5 as hidden detail. Okay, 7 joins to H. 4 joins to G with a portion heavy and a portion hidden. And I'm pretty sure that's it. I'll check for anything. So there is some more here. I still have to join point H on the face 9745 to point J. So H on the back face is right here, and it joins to J. So H up here has to join to J. And then I have to do that up there. So that is the question. Okay, complete at that for the exam.